Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere. I'm on the...
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Chargers and the Panthers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do...
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And not a whole lot there. He was a second-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the second round. They got a steal with this player.
They added a lot of time. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they beat...
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. The Panthers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's... This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot. Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Young to throw it. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Young will set to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Look at the big man rumble. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw, Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Young takes it on the sneak, and he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The play fake. Now Young. On the slant, he's got Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Young off the bootleg. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway. This is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Go.
A give for Edwards running right, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense is moving. Hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. A very good kick there, but 50. It's on the return. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They go play action. Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll roll him out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he drops it incomplete. And they're continue here.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync, thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers, both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Credit on that one defensively goes to Asante Samuel Jr. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Once again, it's Brooks.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here's a handoff to Brooks. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Brooks will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1.
They'll run with Brooks.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one. But I don't think.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Jonathan Brooks
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Panthers are able to make... This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the shotgun, it's Young. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And so this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for LA, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they